Well, I think one thing that really comes to me is, and if you listen to all the comments from everyone here on the panel, the fact that the challenge continues to evolve. As you stated earlier, Jim, the bad guys are always watching, and it's important to note the bad guys are watching the other bad guys. Nation states are watching organized crime and vice versa. So we have to actually think about that mindset, and there is no more, this is the architecture I'm going to put in place and it's going to last for 5 years. We're going to continue to evolve at a very quick pace across the board, and you're going to need to, as Pete said, put those new tools in place as quickly as possible in pilots, much like financial services is doing. Here's my operational team that actually runs everything for cybersecurity, but here's my 2 to 5 year outlook team that's actually looking at new technologies, looking at evolving threats to actually get ahead of that. I think the cloud piece is going to help, and as Essay talked about new requirements, I think that can help industry a lot by making those cloud requirements and other requirements very clear and, where possible, consistent across the entire federal government, and that's going to give them more solutions to choose from. We recently put our email threat prevention through FedRAMP ourselves, trying to actually meet the requirement, but again, it doesn't meet all of the requirements for government because there aren't consistent requirements yet. So I think any place they can do that is going to be very, very helpful, and I think that's something else that's evolving, that they understand that and are trying to move in that direction.
Exactly, and I think the sophistication of the threats and are getting much more advanced and much more complex. It's no longer just your long-lost Nigerian uncle from somewhere who wants to send you $1 billion and I'm not sure how that's working. I mean, I've been sending my $1,000 to him for a couple of years now, and I haven't got any money back yet, so I'm not. Tony, you have a follow-up on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really interesting, threats are getting more sophisticated, but they're only getting to the level of complexity needed to accomplish their goal. And I think that's very important for us.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, we really have to think about that, and it's not mentioned very much. It's in our M-Trends report. We talk about this. So if we don't focus on patching, they're going to compromise those systems. But if we patch those systems, they're going to go after the more critical assets in a complex fashion. So we have to actually build our defenses around that thinking.
That's right.